Hello students, this is Taranum Jahan. Hope everyone are fine over there. So now let's begin with the second part of the French Revolution. Class 9th, part 2 from the subject History, the French Revolution. So till now we have discussed about the causes of the French Revolution, that is the social cause, economic cause and the political cause. And even we have seen how the society was divided in the French Revolution. And the first protest that the people made in the France after the General Assembly, how they came out of the assembly and they protested against Louis XVI. And again we have also seen that how the Louis XVI accepted the constitution made by the National Assembly. So now we'll continue after that what exactly happened in France. Now when the National Assembly was preparing the Constitution, it has completed its work of drafting the Constitution in 1791. And after this, they even divided the powers between the legislature, executive and judiciary. And there was an indirect elections in the Constitution. The National Assembly, whatever the Constitution was made, they have selected an indirect way of electing the representative. Now what is this indirect way of electing a representative? This means that in France there was about 28 million of population. Out of that 28 million of population, 4 millions were selected. Who are these 4 millions? Those are the prosperous, educated people who are having certain knowledge. Out of these 4 millions, some 50,000 will be electors. 50,000 electors will be selected out of those 4 million. Then again from this 50,000, some 745% will be elected. This 745% will have the right to control the power of the king as well as the ministers. And now the king is here left only with the veto power. What is veto power? Only to say yes or no. Then there were the people who can vote, who has the right to vote now. The main target over here is who has the right to vote. Now who are the people who can have a right to vote is the active citizen and passive citizen. Now who are these active citizens? Active citizens are called as, like the people who don't have the right to vote are called passive citizen, and the people who have a right to vote is called as an active citizen. But there were certain rules that who are this active citizen. The active citizen should only be male and he should have an age of 25 plus, and he should be capable of paying the tax, that is whatever he has earned, the 3 days of his labor wage should be equal to the tax that he has to pay. That means that whatever the person is paying, the tax should be equivalent to his 3 days of his wages what he is earning. So these are the people who has a right to vote, the active citizen. Then members of all the National Assembly are the people who used to pay more tax than compared to the others. Then Constitution states the remaining, the all men and women were classed and passive citizens who had no voting rights. Passive citizens are those who are not having any voting rights, and active citizens those who are having the voting right, but with certain rules that he should only be a male person, he should be about 25 years of age, and he should have the capability of paying the tax what he is earning for the 3 days of his labor wage. France Constitution at that time. The Constitution began with the Declaration of the Rights of Man and Citizen. Here they have specified man. Rights such as right to live, freedom to speech, freedom of opinion, equality before law were given to each human being by birth and could not be taken away by anyone. And it was a duty of the state to protect each citizen's natural rights. Now, after framing the constitution and the declaration that was made by the constitution about the rights, the right to speech, right to freedom, right to equality, they even made certain political symbols too. Now, what are these various political symbols? Like the broken chain, which stands for the act of becoming free. The bundle of rods or the fences show the strength lies in unity. The eye with a triangle radiating light. This resembles the all-seeing eye stands for knowledge. Then scepter, symbol of royal power. Snake biting its tail to form a ring, symbol of eternity. So these were certain various political symbol which was accepted by France. Apart from those symbols, there were certain some other symbols like the red Phrygian cap worn by the slaves upon becoming free. Blue, white, red, the national color of France. The winged woman, personification of the law. The law tablet, the law is same for all and all are equal before it. So with these symbols, they just wanted to tell what exactly they wanted, the freedom of speech in the form of symbols. Now, after the constitution was formed and they declared themselves to be the republic, now what exactly happened? France abolishes monarchy and became republic. Louis XVI signed the constitution. Even though the monarchy ended, the constitution was formed, but still there was some tension among the people in France. Now, what was that tension? Louis XVI had a meeting with the Persian king. They were planning something. How Louis XVI can come in a power again. What was that plan? That how can he come again in the power? Because suddenly Louis XVI, being a king of France, suddenly all the powers have been taken up by the common man. And this was not accepted by Louis XVI. So he joined hand with the Persian king in order to come into the power again. So other neighboring kings were also in tension because of the happening in France. How the common people took over the charge of the king, getting ready for the battle. Now in the year 1792, France National Assembly planned an attack on the Persia and Austria. When the common people of the France got to know this, they even joined the army because this was a battle between the common people and the king. Everywhere in France, we can hear the national song of France. What was that song? The patriotic song of France. What was that? Marseillaise, which was written by Roger de Lisle. This song was first sang by the people who were marching from Marseille to Paris. Today, it is a national song of France. Again, the war with Persia and Austria caused the economic difficulties. All the men went for a war. Though they joined the war, the women in the houses, they were looking out of the women who were staying in the France were looking after their houses. As you know that the National Assembly was consist of the prosperous, educated, rich people. Later, the interest of the middle class people who were the shopkeepers, the farmers, the laborers, they got an interest of forming small political clubs. These political clubs, out of these political clubs, one of the famous club was Jacobin Club. This Jacobin Club consists of the members of shopkeepers, cobblers, laborers, etc. And the leader of this club was Maximilian. Due to war, food prices were high. And the people of Persia, even the Persian people were suffering of the high prices of the food, even the France was suffering. So now even the people of the Persia was very angry on Louis XVI because all these wars and the struggle is been just happening just because of him. He must have not gossiped with the Persian king. Now the people decided to throw him out of his kingdom.